It's 5 o'clock. It's butcher day. Oh, I gotta go make some coffee. I'm going to try and do a day in the life on butcher day. So here we go. Gotta go start the burners by 6. Well, the power just went out. Perfect way to start a butchering day. It's breakfast on the grill this morning, I guess, with the power being out. Pretty typical, seems like butchering day for something random to happen, like the power to go out on the day that you need it the most. But we will figure it out, because that's what we do on the farm, is we figure it out. Gotta go down and take the ice and the propane down anyway. Ice is used in a chill tank, and that's how you cool the birds down to below 41 degrees, I think is the number, in 4 hours. So we are not a big fancy operation with air chilling, but we are standard chill tank style, which is also a normal poultry cooling practice. So carry on. So I'm just getting down to the barn. I got the jackery here. What I'm doing with this morning, this is usually our market thing that we use for power at the market, just to keep our POS machine and everything working. But I'm using it this morning to put on the thermostat, so that I can get the scalder here up to temperature. I need to have power, unfortunately, for that. Otherwise, it doesn't regulate the heat the way we need it to. The old way was me just turning up and down the burner all the time. It's hard to do while you're butchering. Try and pay attention to the temperature also. So we bought a scalder last year, and now we use it. So anyway, I have now found a whole other issue with having power to it. So I think I'm probably gonna have a generator that stands by down here for safety for next time. Whoa! Yikes. It startled me. So this is a scalder. You can see in there. Get that sucker rolling. This is a processing station down here. I'm just getting it put together. It takes about 2 hours to warm up the scalder, so we decided we better get it going even if the power's not on yet. Just gonna spray down everything with the bleach solution after I sweep it all out. So I'm just doing some cleanup here this morning. This is my bleach solution here. We did this after the last round. Sanitizing basically everywhere. Ah yes, ham for easy cleanup. I spray that into the kill cones and onto the gutter that I have set up to collect the blood. Makes it easier to clean up later. As you go through the process, you know, it's super important that your biosecurity is getting cleaner and cleaner as you go. So basically what happens is they come out of the field, They go into the holding pen, then they come in here to the kill cones, then they go into the scalder in the rotation to the plucker. So, you know, they're getting cleaner and cleaner as you go. You're hitting hot water, it's taking the feathers and all the yuck off their feet and everything into the plucker. We take their head and their feet off. And then over to the table over here, which is where they're eviscerated, and then into the chill tank, which is the furthest away. And then once they've chilled down to 41 degrees or less, after 4 hours, they get loaded into ice down coolers and ice overnight, and they get nice and chilled down and cool. And then tomorrow we cut, process, and package, and then they go to market. I've got the chickens ready to go. I've got the scalder ready, the plucker ready. Everything's been tested. It's another beautiful day at Misty Frog Acres. I thought I'd just do a quick little show of how the garden's going here. We had a pretty big garden this year. Obviously for market. We have only overhead watering this year, so we've been growing weeds along with everything else, but maybe next year we can afford to buy some sprinkler or some more drip hoses, and maybe even try and install some kind of more permanent drip system. Once we kind of establish the garden, we'll do that. But yeah, we're just trying to stay on top of things. It's been a pretty wild year. This is the WSDA processing kitchen here. This is what we set up this year to do processing. We're waiting on our last stainless steel table still. This is where we part up everything and get it in to the freezers that are in the garage, and they have their own freezers for all of the different proteins. And yeah, that's how we do it. We'll be in here tomorrow. It's about 9 o'clock. Power went back on, that was good. Got the knives now, ready for processing. And this is the start of a very long week. Gotta have wicked sharp knives. Make sure it's as painless as possible. That's the kill knife. This here, bigger knife, like a sax kind of, is a for the feet and head, which is already pretty sharp. It doesn't have to be super sharp. I've got 2 smaller knives here. All right, so next we're gonna check the scalder heat. It's beautiful. Whoa! What? Crap, I just dropped the thing in there. Oh. Sharon's got her station ready. The knives are sharp. Basically set up here. All right, last thing up is the scalder bucket. Dawn soap. And what that does is penetrates the feathers, so that after they're in the scalder and you throw them in the plucker, the feathers come off easier. And also for plucking by hand, because you always have to do some by hand at the end. So we're gonna put them in the comb, cut their throats on both sides, and you try not to touch any spinal or esophageal area where there's nerves. You try and just hit it, just nick it right on each of the arteries. When they bleed out, they go into there. 1 minute, into the plucker for a couple minutes, 1 minute-ish. And then they come here onto the evisceration table. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do this. up here. Got about 5 chickens left to part up, and to eviscerate, and then that's it for the day. And then well, that's not it for the day, but then we gotta clean everything, etc. But I thought I would do a quick check-in. It's been a super long day. It is now about 6:30, excuse me. And we just checked the bird and we're almost to temperature. Now we're gonna pack them in ice, dry pack them. And they will get one more check at 7:30. And that means all the birds will be down to temperature. And that is it. Oh, sorry. And that's it. That's the end of our day. It's now 10:15. I was up at 5, and now the day is over. Good night. Gonna do it all again tomorrow. Happy farmer.